Hi, welcome everyone. In this video, we'll discuss about least square fitting approximation. So, what is least square fitting? Actually, if we have suppose number of unknown variable and number of equation to be solved, if they are equal, then we can find a simultaneous solution and solve them simultaneously, and we can get the unknown variables. But what if we have a larger number of equations but lesser number of unknown variables? So in that case, uh, you cannot have a simultaneous solution or unique solution for all the equations simultaneously. So what you do is you try to fit using a certain polynomial, and you minimize the error which is occurring in fitting the actual data points. So this is the crux of least square fitting. So now let us move on to the principle of least square fitting. So the graphical method has obvious drawback of being unable to give a unique curve of fit. Okay, the method of least square fitting provides a procedure of fitting a unique curve to a given database on consideration of error in observation or measurement. So let us consider the points x1, y1, x2, y2, so on xn, yn, and between xi, yi, and this is x-axis, this is y-axis. So these are the data points, and this line is the best fit or the polynomial which we use here. Let the curve y is equal to a plus bx plus cx square, so on, x raised to power m be fitted to the data points x1, y1, x2, y2, so on, xn, yn. So we have fitted this polynomial, whose expression is given by this equation, to the given set of data points such that the error involved, suppose this is actual data point and this is the value of y at this x given by this fitted curve. So this is the error. So we have to minimize this error. Okay, so now in this equation the constant a, b, c, so on up to k are to be determined such that they represent curve of best fit. That is how you can minimize this error. You can find the coefficient a, b, c, and so on k such that they give you the best fit. Now there are two cases if n is equal to m plus 1, that is number of equations is equal to number of constants, which is m plus 1. So this is x raised to power 0 a into x raised to power 0. So we have m plus 1 constants. So we get n equation from which a unique set of n constant can be found, and simultaneously we have the solution. Now the second case is when number of equation is greater than number of unknown variables or unknown constants. So there are n equations which are more than m plus 1 constants and hence cannot be solved for these constants. So we try to determine the constants a, b, c, so on k up to k which satisfy all the equations as nearly as possible and thus may give the best fit. Okay, so in such cases we apply principle of least square. So this is the same graph as that of previous one, and now here the errors are denoted by E1 in error in first point, E2 in error in second point, in EI error in ith, and En in nth point. Okay, so now it is clear from the figure that some errors are positive and some are negative with respect to the fitted polynomial. So fitted polynomial is giving a lesser value of y at x1 as compared to the actual data point y of y1. So error is positive if you consider data point minus the calculated value, but for the point x2 e2 comes out to be negative. So it's a mixed blend. Error can be positive, negative, and there might be no error as well. It is the case when this curve is exactly passing through the data point. So thus, to give equal weightage to each error, so if we average out E1, E2, EI, En, they might be cancelling their effect. So E1 is positive, E2 is negative, it might be possible they will cancel each other if they are unequal in magnitude. So, but this is not the way to calculate the error, because actually there is error. If we have only 2 points, E1 is in upper direction and E2 is in lower direction, and if both they have same magnitude but opposite sign, and if we take average of this error, it will come out to be 0. Okay, so this gives error 0, but in actual there is error. This polynomial is not fitting this data from point to point. Okay, so to give equal weightage to each error, each of these is squared, so we have to remove their sign first. So how we can remove their sign? We have to square them, and then we can take the average. So square and form their sum. So this is the total error, which is sum of E1 square plus E2 square so on En square. The curve of best fit is that for which this error capital E are as small as possible, that is sum of square of error is minimum, and this is the principle of least square approximation. It is to be noted that this method does not help in determining the form of appropriate curve which can give fit a given data. So you have to choose the polynomial or any kind of curve as per your wisdom, because this method give you constant of that curve equation but not that curve. So either you need a polynomial or exponential curve or trigonometric function. You have to choose wisely for the given set of data. Now let us work out this method of least square for 5 given data points: x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, so on, xn5, y5, x5, y5, and we try to fit these data points using the polynomial of second order y is equal to a plus bx plus ux square. Okay. Now the error is, since there are 5 points, so error is e1 square, e2 square, so on, e5 square. Square of error is capital E. Now substitute the value of E1. What is E1? Actual value, that is y1, minus the value of y1 calculated at x1 by using polynomial. So this is the fitted polynomial. If we put the value of x1, we'll get y1. So this is there, and repeat this procedure for all the other 5 points, all the other 4 points. So and on rearranging you can get error in terms of a, b and c. Now our aim here is to find the value of a, b and c of this polynomial. So how we can find? We can apply the condition that if this capital E is to be minimum, then its first order derivative with respect to these variables a, b and c, it should be 0. So only then we can find the minimum of this error. So first, E to be minimum, we have to take a partial derivative of E with respect to a and substitute it is equal to 0. So we'll get equation number 1. So this is simple derivative. Similarly, second condition, first order derivative partial differentiation with respect to b should be 0, and again on differentiating this equation with respect to v, we get equation number 2. Similarly, on partial differentiating e with respect to c, we get third equation. Okay, after substituting it equal to 0. So we have 3 equations. Now equation 1, on simplification, we get summation of yi, which is y1 plus y2 so on y5, is equal to 5 times a plus b into summation of xi. Summation of xi is sum of all the 5 coordinates x1 to x5, and plus c into summation xi square. So xi square is sum of x1 square plus x2 square so on x5 square. This is our equation number 4. So this is first equation rewritten in the form of equation 4, that is in summation. Similarly, equation 2 becomes sigma xi yi is equal to a sigma xi plus b sigma xi square plus c sigma xi cube. Okay, this is just a rearrangement of equation number 2. Similarly, on rearranging equation number 3, we get and putting it in summation form, we get summation xi square yi is equal to a into xi square plus b into xi cube plus c into xi 4. This is our sixth equation. So equation number 1, 2 and 3, they are rearranged and written in the form of summation. We get equation 4, 5 and 6. Okay, now we have 3 unknowns a, b and c, and now we have three equations 4, 5 and 6. So solve them simultaneously and find the value of a, b and c. So equation number 4, 5, 6 are called normal equations. These three equations, and we have three unknown variables a, b, c. Solve them simultaneously and substitute value of a, b, c in equation y is equal to a plus bx plus c square. So we will get the required best fit polynomial, okay, with the least error. So this is the things which we do in least square fitting. Let us move on to discuss about the working procedure. So what is the working procedure of least square method? The original equation to be fitted to 5 points, which we considered in previous example, was a is equal to b, y is equal to a plus bx plus c square. This was our equation, and we have 5 given points. Now how we can deduce the normal equations from this polynomial? So first equation, you have to simply take summation over left hand side and right hand side and put I as subscript, except the first term on right hand side. So summation of yi is equal to multiply first term of right hand side by n, that is n into a, plus b times xi, so b summation xi, plus c times summation xi square. So what is the value of n here? N is the number of points. So 5 are number of points, so we have n is equal to 5 here. So this is our first normal equation, and n is number of data points given. Similarly, second normal equation, now multiply both side of equation 1 by xi first, okay. So obviously you have to write this equation in terms of xi and yi as well, and after that you have to multiply it with the xi and putting summation on both sides, we get sigma xi yi is equal to a times sigma xi plus b times sigma xi square plus c times sigma xi cube. So the same equation after multiplication with x and over summation will get second normal equation. Similarly, third normal equation can be obtained by multiplying both sides of equation 1 by xi square and putting summation. We will get sigma xi square yi is equal to a times sigma xi square plus b times sigma xi cube plus c times sigma xi 4. Okay, so first equation you have to put summation except right hand side of first equation. In second equation you can found by multiplying the equation number 1 by xi and putting summation, and third equation you can obtain by multiplying equation number 1 by xi square and putting the summation. Similarly, if you want to find if there is a fourth term as well, dx cube, so additional terms you will get here, and fourth normal equation can be obtained just by multiplying equation 1 by xi cube this time, okay. But we have three terms, so we are moving up to three equations only, three normal equations only, okay. So now we obtained the normal equations from the original polynomial and we can solve them simultaneously. Note that number of equations here is equal to number of unknown coefficients. So now we can say that we can obtain the a value of a, b, c simultaneously, and that too uniquely. Now let us proceed with the help of a suitable example. Fit a straight line to the following data. Data is given, value of x and y. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. 9 data points we have. We have to fit this data point with the straight lines. What is straight line? Y is equal to a plus bx is straight line simply, or you can use any other notation. Y is equal to mx plus c. So let us consider a straight line. Y is equal to a plus bx. So first normal equation is summation yi is equal to na plus b summation xi, n is equal to 9 here. Second normal equation, summation xi yi is equal to a x summation xi plus b xi square. Third normal, so we have two unknown values, so we don't need third normal equation. So up to second normal equation our purpose is served. So two unknowns, two equations, so there are two unknown a and b, and in an equation of straight line, so there are two normal equations, okay. So we can solve them simultaneously after substituting the values of summation. Now the values of summation over x and y etc., they are calculated from the table as given below. So these are x and y given to us, and now we multiply x with y and return the terms, and similarly now multiply x with x, so we get x square. So these are the values, and in the bottom row we did the summation. So sigma x is 72, sum of all these values, then sum of all these values, we get summation y, similarly summation xy and summation x square, okay. Substituting these values in normal equations, so you get first equation 36 is equal to na plus 72b, or simply 4 is equal to a plus 8b. Similarly, second equation we have is this one. Substituting their values, we have 282 is equal to 72a plus 588b. So simplification, 47 is equal to 12a plus 98b. So first equation is this one, second equation is this one. Solve them simultaneously. We get a is equal to 8 and b is equal to minus 0.5. So we get the required constants. Hence, the required line of best fit is y is equal to 8, which is value of a, plus b. So value of b is minus 0.5, so minus 0.5 into x. Or rearranging this equation by substituting or rewriting 0.5 as 1 by 2, we get x plus 2y is equal to 16. So this is our required best fit to the this type of set of n points, 9 points. Now we can also fit to other types of curves as well. In this table, first column gives a different curve, and we can reduce this curve actually to the linear polynomial. So first we have y is equal to a plus bx squared. If this kind of curve is given to you, you can reduce the complexity by making the substitution. Put capital X is equal to small x squared. So you get equation becomes either you can use capital notation, okay, for y, because y and capital Y, they both are same. So capital Y is equal to a plus b into capital X. Now you can substitute or find the normal equation and solve them simultaneously for the substitution, and after finding the value of a and b, you have to again resubstitute the value of capital X and capital Y. Similarly, for this curve, y is equal to ax plus bx square, you have to divide both sides by x. So y by x is equal to a plus bx. So our motive is to reduce this right hand side to linear term, a plus bx type. So now you have to put capital Y is equal to y by x. So equation becomes, this equation becomes capital Y, this equation becomes capital Y is equal to a plus bx simply. Similarly for the other kind of curves. Okay, and in the last we have power curve as well, y is equal to a into x raised to power b. So for this type of curve, first we have to take log both sides, log 10. So and after taking log, we can do the substitution. So log 10 y is equal to log 10 a plus b times log 10 x. This is the rule for opening the log of x raised to power b. So power comes outside and log 10x. So now you can make substitution, capital Y is equal to log 10 small y, capital X is equal to log 10 small x, and capital A is equal to log 10 small a. So your equation becomes capital Y is equal to capital A plus small b, there is no change in b, into capital X. Okay, now let us consider an example of fitting to this type of curves, one of the example. Okay, so on solving the equation after substitution, we get the value of a and b, and in the end put the value of substituted variable to get the required best fit. Okay, so let us consider example that velocity and time are given. Okay, so these points are given, 4 points we have, and it is known that velocity and time are connected by the relation. So relation is also given, v is equal to a t raised to power b. Find the best possible value of a and b. So first we make the substitution taking log both sides, okay, of this curve equation, and after simplification on substitution we get capital Y is equal to a, capital A plus small b into capital X. So these are value of capital Y, capital X, and capital A. Okay, now data is given in the form of small v, small t, but we need summation of capital Y, for example, summation of capital X, which is written in terms of log. So we have to rewrite this table in terms of the required substitution values. Now first of all, let us write the normal equations. So normal equation is summation y, capital Y, is equal to 4. 4 is the number of points. 4 into capital A plus b into summation of capital X, and second equation is summation of capital X into capital Y is equal to capital A into summation X plus b into summation capital X square. So these are two normal equations we have. These summations are values are calculated as in the table. So we have v and t given, capital X is log 10 to the t and capital Y is log 10 to the v. So we have taken log 10 of v and t, and we have filled the value of capital X and capital Y, and similarly x into y and x square, capital X into y and capital X square. And in the bottom row we have summation of capital X, capital Y, capital X into capital Y and capital X square. So using these summation in the normal equation written on the previous slide, we have normal equations. 4 is equal to 4.46, b is equal to 10.623, and 4.46a plus 6.075 b is equal to 11.658. So two equations, two unknown variables, solve them simultaneously, we get capital A is equal to 2.845 and b, small b, is equal to minus 0.1697. Okay, but now we get value of capital A, but we need capital value of small a. So we have to again substitute capital A is equal to log 10a. This is the substitution we made. So from this we have to calculate value of a, which is given by anti-log of a. Value of a is 2.845. So on taking anti-log of this value, we get capital A is equal to 699.8. So we can write approximately 700 as well. But in accuracy we write it as 699.8, and b remains as that is because we have made no substitution for b. So our equation of best fit comes out to be v is equal to a, small a, 699.8 in exponential raised to power b. Value of b is e raised to power minus 0.1697. So this is our required fit. So this is how you can simplify your problem. If you are given with a complex equation, you can reduce that equation to the linear one after making the substitution, solve the equations, and you can substitute back to get the original values or value of original constants. Okay. So in this video we have discussed about the method of least square approximation, its principle, working procedure of least square fitting, and fitting to other type of curves as well, and we have considered the examples of these type of fittings as well. So thank you for watching this video.